Hi, I'm Aloni, and I've made a lot of Kingdom Hearts videos. And I'm about to make the last one I'll make for a little while at least. So I've decided I want to take a lot of the older stuff that hasn't been updated and doesn't have me as a VTuber on it, and fix it up and make some new videos. Recycle some old garbage into something somewhat good. So I've decided I'm going to explain every Kingdom Hearts world. Enjoy. Traverse Town. All the Final Fantasy characters lost their home, so they live here. It's basically a refugee camp. Wonderland. Alice is on trial. The Heartless did it. She gets captured. Olympus Coliseum. Sora wants to be a hero. He fights in a tournament. He fights in another one. Hades tries to get Cloud from Final Fantasy VII to fight you and corrupt you. Cerberus shows up, and in the end, Sora becomes a junior hero. Deep Jungle. You get in a fight with Donald because he's an asshole. You crash, and you get lost in the jungle. None of it matters. It's basically just Tarzan, but without music. And Clayton has magic now. 100 Acre Wood. Winnie the Pooh's book is broken. You gotta find all the pages and fix it, or not. It doesn't really matter that much. Agrabah. Jafar tries to steal Jasmine. That's it. You find the keyhole. Monstro. Sora and Riku fight over Pinocchio, because Riku wants to figure out how to save Kairi and maybe kill Pinocchio. It's kind of debatable whether or not he was going to kill Pinocchio, who's just like unconscious and he's carrying him around, or if he just wanted to mess with Sora. Atlantica. Ariel is a teenager. Ursula takes her dad's soul, and then Sora kicks her ass. Halloweentown. Sora looks awesome. Jack wants to make an artificial heart so he can make Dancing Heartless for his show. And then Oogie Boogie steals the heart, so Sora kills him. Neverland. Sora tries to find Kairi on Hook's ship. She's not there. Riku took her. So Sora beats him and then locks the clock tower keyhole. Then they go to Hollow Bastion. God damn. This is just one game. How am I going to explain like 7 more of these? I just wanted to show you how a typical game goes. So the last world is Hollow Bastion. Now Hollow Bastion is what is left of the Final Fantasy characters world. It's an empty castle turned into like a clockwork maze with like ice and evil. And it serves as Maleficent's base for the rest of the series for the most part. It's based on both Final Fantasy and Disney design. And it's a pure combination of the two. It's basically what everyone expected the entire game to be, but it's only the end. And that's kind of how Kingdom Hearts works. They really, in the last world, actually make the real game, and then everything else is just Disney stuff until then. Especially in Kingdom Hearts 3. Chain of Memories. Sora loses his memory in a White Castle. 358/2. We learn what Organization 13 actually does. They fight Heartless, I guess. It's kind of unclear. Kingdom Hearts 2. Sora's back. He skipped puberty, and he kills Heartless again. Now he has 2 Keyblades, and 13 anime bad guys to fight. Twilight Town. Roxas's tutorial is long. Sora and Roxas's friends can faintly remember each other. It turns out Kairi was here, and she's now captured. Then they find the computer with a fake Twilight Town. Hollow Bastion / Tron / Space Paranoids. The evil castle from the last game? The Final Fantasy crew are rebuilding it. It's now a safe haven. The computer from Tron is hidden in the city, and Sora fights an epic battle in the snow. Goofy dies for a whole 5 minutes. Then you fight Demyx, and he says the classic, most annoying line in the world, "Dance, water, dance," as he beats the shit out of you in the most frustrating fight in any video game. The Land of Dragons. It's Mulan, the game. Except Sora fights someone in a cave who's holding Riku's sword. Beast's Castle. Beast is acting strange. He's in an anger trance from a man named Zaldin and his evil sideburns. They snap him out of it, and then they leave. They come back and find that Zaldin, otherwise known as Dylan, steals Belle, so they kill his ass. Olympus Coliseum. You go to hell, and you fight in their tournament. You fight in Olympus. Meg tells you to talk to Hades. Then you and Auron from Final Fantasy X escape together. You fight the Hydra and jump on the Hydra's back. And I realize now that this game is a fever dream. Disney Castle / Timeless River. Pete and Maleficent steal the Cornerstone, this ancient pedestal that holds the past inside of it. You go inside and play through old classic Disney cartoons. It's pretty awesome. Steamboat Willie and all that. It's pretty fun. Halloweentown. You go to Christmas Town, proving once and for all that Halloweentown is the best world in Kingdom Hearts. Maleficent brings back Oogie Boogie, and you kill him again. Then you come back and you fight an evil robot. It's pretty fun. Agrabah. This time it's Return of Jafar. Pete tries to free him, it doesn't work, but then the second time, Jafar comes back, so you kill him. Port Royal. Pretty basic. Luxord wants the gold. You stop him, but he just wanted you to kill the Heartless. I kind of like that the evil plan in Kingdom Hearts 2 is just kill monsters for us. It's already what the player wants, so it's perfect that the bad guy's evil plan is what the players want the character to do. Are you the bad guy? Pride Rock. It's Lion King. That's it. I guess furries might like this one, but it's pretty basic. And that brings us to the last world. The world that never was. This is the coolest looking world in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's a dark city with a floating castle. Just like all the Kingdom Hearts games, 90% of the cool shit is at the end. The last fight is so fucking good. Why couldn't the whole game have been that? In Birth by Sleep, there are 3 characters. And in the game, you can play as all 3 characters. It's actually a really cool feature that should really be redone across all Kingdom Hearts games. And I hope one day they make a collection where you can just play Dark Seeker with all the characters. I think it'd be really cool. But basically how it works is each of them has their own story. Now, I'm not going to go into the minutiae of every detail, but I'm just going to tell you the worlds that they go to and kind of what happens. First world is called the World of Departure. That's where they hang out. That's where they learn their powers. The Mysterious Tower. This is where Yen Sid is, and this is where he talks to King Mickey and teaches King Mickey how to be a Keyblade Master. Enchanted Dominion. This is Sleeping Beauty. This is where Maleficent is introduced and where we learn about her secret plot beforehand. Castle of Dreams. This is Cinderella. You hang out with the mice, and then you help her build a dress, and you do the Cinderella shit. Dwarf Woodlands. This is Snow White. You fight the queen. You beat her. It's that fucking simple. It's different for each character. They all do different stuff and interact differently. I actually think the introduction of 3 characters really helps with the Disney World thing because it splits it into 3 pieces. Olympus Coliseum. This time you get to see the people. You get to see the town below Olympus Coliseum where the humans live. And Zack is there from Final Fantasy because of course he is. And you gotta stop Hades from, doing Hades shit, like always. Deep Space. This one's really fun. It's Lilo and Stitch. Stitch shows up in Kingdom Hearts 2 for a brief second. I actually showed him in the last video. But he has an entire level here where you're on his spaceship and he's trying to escape. It's the beginning of Lilo and Stitch. And it's actually really, really fun. Neverland. We finally actually go to Peter Pan and go to all the places in Neverland instead of just being on the ship the whole time. Disney Town. This is before it becomes the Disney Kingdom. This is where they live in the lives of, Mickey and Minnie. And the unversed come to destroy it, and it's really unimportant. Radiant Garden. We get to see Hollow Bastion before it's destroyed, and how all the Final Fantasy characters hang out and what they do every day. Kairi is also there, and it's kind of revealed that, yes, she is a princess. She's the Final Fantasy princess. Mirage Arena. Birth by Sleep has the coolest fucking thing in the world, which it has multiplayer Kingdom Hearts, which I fucking loved, and I wish they would have added it into the collection. But they didn't, and it's bullshit. And then finally, we got the Keyblade Graveyard. Keyblade Graveyard is the coolest fucking place in existence, and I know that Nomura made it so that he could put Kingdom Hearts 3 there, because it's the coolest place ever. There was a war between the Keyblade people, and this is what's left of it, and it's just a bunch of fucking Keyblades in the ground, and you're like, oh shit, this is what the game should have been if Disney wasn't involved. Alright, that's everything in Birth by Sleep. I feel obligated to explain all the worlds in Dream Drop Distance, so I'm going to do that real quick. Okay. In Dream Drop Distance, everything is a dream, and everything is bigger than it was before. The first one is known as Traverse Town. You go back to Traverse Town, and you meet the characters from The World Ends With You, because instead of just going to their world, for some reason, Nomura was like, no, let's just go to Traverse Town, but now there's different characters there. Hunchback of Notre Dame world. I can't speak French. Basically, it's Hunchback of Notre Dame. He's there. You stop the bad priest dude, Esmeralda, all that fun shit. The Grid. They do Tron Legacy, which is great. It's pretty dope. You get to see the future of all those characters you met before. So Sora actually has some, interesting things to say because he knew the older characters. Prankster's Paradise. I didn't expect them to do this one either. Dream Drop Distance takes all the weird ones that they never would have done and they do them. So this is Pinocchio. This is the carnival from Pinocchio. Country of the Musketeers. I don't know why they didn't say France, but I guess they can't say France because this is a fantasy thing. But it's about the direct-to-video movie of Disney, of Mickey, Donald, and Goofy as the Three Musketeers, which is really interesting that this is a thing in Kingdom Hearts because Mickey, Donald, and Goofy have their own world, But the idea of their, like, musketeer versions having a world is really interesting. Symphony of Sorcery is the Fantasia World, which, yet again, this is where they start pulling out all the weird shit, and it's where there's a bunch of nightmare stuff, and it's pretty cool. The last world in this area is known as the World That Never Was. Now, the World That Never Was is from Kingdom Hearts 2, but this is the Dream version of it, and it's a great finale for Dream Drop Distance. A lot of cool stuff happens there, including Sora fighting Roxas and actually being able to talk to his inner self. There are a couple of worlds that only show up in cutscenes. There's Destiny Islands, there's the Mysterious Tower, Disney Castle, Radiant Garden, and Dive to the Heart is actually the name of the dream world that Sora is in all the beginnings of all the games, which is cool that they gave it a name. So there you go. That's everything you need to know about Kingdom Hearts before we go and explain the monster that is Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm going to try to explain a little bit more, because despite what I said, a lot of shit happens in these levels, most of which I completely forgot about. Olympus Coliseum. Sora hangs out with Hercules. The city is under attack by the Titans. It's fucking awesome. You run around and blow shit up. You save civilians. It's fucking cool. It really shows off the scale of how large the world is now. Toy Box. It's Toy Story, baby. Go down to the street to the store, fight a bunch of stuff, go inside a video game, find out young Xehanort is studying how to make, robot bodies with souls in them. Just typical Kingdom Hearts shit. Kingdom of Corona. It's Tangled. It's perfectly recreated, shot for shot. They even used 3D assets for the movie. People actually get copyright claimed for showing the footage of the Kingdom Hearts game in that area of the game, because it is so accurate to the actual movie. So this actually is Sora in the movie. Like, he's really in that movie. And it's pretty charming, and Marluxia's there. Monstropolis. You're monsters, and you gotta stop these damn bad guys. Boom, boom, bang, bang. I'm a child again. It's fucking beautiful. We scare because we care. Arendelle. This level starts off cool, but in the end, due to budget cuts and creative differences, Disney ruins the entire fucking level because they don't want Elsa to go to the dark side for 2 fucking seconds. It's cool until they have to hit copy and paste and shoehorn in a giant wolf out of nowhere because they couldn't do the story they wanted. The Caribbean. My dreams have never come true in a video game more than these levels. I've never been happier. And I kind of want a whole game that's just this part, because holy fuck, it's good. San Fransokyo. Yet again, thank you God for giving me a chance to play this game. Data Riku from Chain of Memories shows up, and he's back, and he's sentient now. We gotta fight evil Baymax, pew pew pew, flying around. It's fucking awesome. The Dark World. Sora and Riku go back to the Dark World after leaving in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's my favorite world in all of Kingdom Hearts, and the fact that you actually get to go there and walk around is pretty nice. And Aqua is there, and she's trapped in the lake, and she's evil now. It's pretty short. You get to play as Riku for a few minutes. I wish you could have played as him the entire game. They really should just remake all the games, but you play as Riku, because it would be way more interesting. But whatever. Aqua's evil. You gotta beat her. Keyblade Graveyard. Either you love the convoluted mess of a story, or you just want to fight a bunch of bosses. Look how fucking cool it is. It's a graveyard filled with Keyblades, and you get to just boss rush. It's what Nomura would want. Scala ad Caelum, or however you pronounce this. It's fucking mind-blowing. It's the coolest city. It's the fucking craziest art. I think that this place should have been called Kingdom Hearts. I mean, it's a kingdom. They go through Kingdom Hearts to get there. Why couldn't this be Kingdom Hearts? Like, it's infuriating that they didn't call this place Kingdom Hearts. Why have we never gone to Kingdom Hearts in 10 fucking games? It's ridiculous. 100 Acre Wood. I cried. I cried for no particular reason. You get to play games with Winnie the Pooh, and I get to have a video game tell me that my childhood is over and to move on. And that's all of Kingdom Hearts. A bunch of fake Final Fantasy characters wander around Disney shit until a Japanese businessman shows you his insane fanfiction. So crazy that no one would let him make a manga about it. This shit makes Hideo Kojima look like a little boring baby bitch. The end.